So
Do you think
that thing's pretty scary?
like if you were raised where you had no TV, like Amish, and then you saw a TV, you'd be like,
You know what's funny? And this is a good segue. We hung out with a very old friend earlier yesterday, and he was telling me, I was like, it kind of rules to be alive right now, right? Like, we have Nintendo.
Yeah.
We have, like, cool stuff. We got, like, boba. We got,
pussy, weed.
we got all that.
We got boba, pussy, and weed. Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Yeah, dude.
But back in the day, it's like you churned butter, and then, like, you hoped that the person that was, like, marrying you, if you're a woman, the person that was, like, marrying you, like didn't hit you, right? And then you had to have 7 kids. And life just fucking sucks, right?
And every time you have a kid, it's like, I might die on this one.
Yeah, you might die, or 3 of them might die.
Yeah.
That's why you're having 7.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but he was like, no, because we had God back then, but our God now is Nintendo.
He's right. I was on his side for this.
Nintendo is our god.
So he's
Because
basically saying God kept us happy, but now we have Nintendos that keep us happy, but they're the same amount of miserable.
You had such a limited perception in like the old world. Like religion was your life's purpose and entertainment, and you knew nothing about like what was on the other side of the
Ludwig
bridge,
gets invited to the Bible premiere, doesn't go.
This is like Isaac Asimov's like loser brother.
You can't
theory.
imagine. You can't imagine what what is better when you have no clue it even exists. Your life is just churning butter and living with your family.
I love this, by the way.
and reading the Bible.
I agree with the take that technology could be a replacement for what religion fulfills, but it's not the Nintendo DS or the Switch.
It's that, well, okay, my question more is, are we happier now than we were hundreds of years ago?
As a society,
I think we are because we have Nintendo.
I think we're less happy. Because we know more.
You actually are not authorized to answer questions about human emotion, but I'd love to hear your take.
It's true, yeah. You actually have no stake in this conversation.
So let's hear what
I think society is on paper sadder, but that's because we're more open and talking about being sad now.
That's a good point. Because if you talked about being sad back in the old days, you'd get killed with an axe.
Yeah.
It was not cool to be depressed in the olden
It
days.
was the monthly axing. They would go around.
Now if you're not depressed, you're
killing
lame.
weebs.
You couldn't take a mental health day from churning the butter.
No, bro, the butter is not going to churn itself.
Because the family was on the line.
What is being a weeb? What is being a weeb like 100 years ago? You just you're like a Christian?
Well, 100 years ago.
Yeah, that's called being
Are
Protestant.
you just super into Christian lore?
It's Protestants, and then the Catholics are the non-weebs.
Wait, what? Protestants are the weebs of Christianity?
Yeah, because they're the newer ones.
What about the Orthodox Christians?
I mean, those are just cringe lords all around.
You know, 100 years ago, the Spanish
So
flu.
we got the cringe lords, then we have the weebs.
Yeah.
I wish I
You
knew
got
what
the Nina, the Santa Maria.
Dude, there was one weirdo on the Santa Maria who was like trying to show people's Yu-Gi-Oh, but like whatever like English Yu-Gi-Oh was.
Like, it was just a bunch of rocks.
Like some whack shit, and they're like, dude, this fucking weirdo's at it again.
Back in the day,
dude.
I was like, I got almonds.
Yeah.
And they're like,
they're like,
yes?
bro, are those like peanuts? You're like, no.
You know how much water it takes? He points to like the Atlantic.
Yeah, it takes
1 almond.
It takes 4 cubits to grow this.
you crunch them to kind of squeak in your teeth.
Dude, people back then are so dumb and
They're
stupid.
so stupid,
I
yeah.
hate-
So stupid.
Oh
They did-
man,
it
I would
wasn't
clown
their
the
fault.
shit
But
out
They
of
would
wasn't
beat
their
the
fault.
fuck out of us,
Dude,
probably.